All right, I think we're going now. This is just a casual live stream for Forza Horizon 2, where I'm just going to play for a little bit, about an hour or so, and talk about a few things. What's been going on with the channel, some news and such that's been going on. So I'm just making sure everything's working correctly before getting started here, and everything seems to be going okay. All right, so I've been wanting to do this a little bit more on YouTube, streaming and such, and I'd like to do it nightly if possible, but it might be not possible to do that, but try to do at least 3 or 4 days a week, just casually playing games like this, and just be able to kind of relax and talk about some stuff that's going on. Anyway, let's see here, making sure everything's going okay with the stream. Seems to be okay. Alright. So, one of the things I wanted to talk about right off the start here is something weird that happened to me right before I started streaming and actually kind of delayed me about 30 minutes getting started. I wanted to start a little bit earlier tonight. What happened was I received this pop-up on Steam saying that a game called Days Under Custody was removed from my library. And apparently this is happening to a lot of people, but when it popped up, I didn't know what was going on with that and what was popping up. So I wrote a quick post about this. It's linked from my Twitter. It's on the Video Game Source website, videogamesource.com, where I talked a little bit about what's going on with it. But what happened was the Steam key for it was revoked, and it was from people who bought it in a certain bundle, an Indie Gala bundle. And I tend to buy a lot of Steam bundles just because I kind of collect Steam games, sort of, not big time collector, but I'll buy decently priced bundles that have games in it for cheap because I enjoy achievements on Steam and kind of collecting games on Steam. So I'll buy any like really cheap bundles, and I had never heard of the game before. I kind of forgot I bought it. I kind of forgot it was part of this bundle on Indie Gala, and apparently this has happened to a lot of people who bought the bundle. Probably everyone who bought the bundle. There's been a lot of speculation. There's a Steam support thread on the developers forums talking about it. No one's really come to a conclusion on it yet, but some people are like speculating that they intended to revoke the keys that were unused, but instead revoked every key. So, kind of some of the bad things about that is kind of shows how easy it is for a game to be removed from your Steam library. I know that I sort of knew it was possible for games to be removed from your library. I didn't quite realize it was like that easy to just like mass delete from everyone that had a game from there. I thought it was more like a kind of a manual type thing. So it was kind of concerning to me. I know that like there's a lot of issues kind of with fraud and such with kind of these gray market shady resellers of keys like G2A and such, which many times the keys on their site are sold by sellers that are pretty shady, might have acquired the keys in ways that might be illegal with credit card fraud, might be purchased outside of region and such like that. But in this case, it was just from a bundle that was purchased from what seemed to be a reputable place. So I'm hoping that's going to be resolved. But I did throw up a quick post on the site, and it's actually one of the first posts I put up on the site, other than some more personal type posts on there. I threw it up just because it happened, like I've been wanting to start writing some content for the site, and it happened right basically the situation was unfolding right as I saw it, and it happened to me, and I was really kind of scared when I saw that pop up because I was a little bit worried at first that someone hacked into my Steam account because I didn't well, I mean, like I had made an unauthorized purchase on my Steam account, um, since I didn't recognize the game, but it was from a bundle. So details about that are linked on uh, the site on my Twitter if you want to find the quick article I wrote about it. It's just something very quick I threw up on the site. And that kind of leads me into the next thing that I am trying to. I'm trying to start posting a little bit more on the website. The be posting more like if there's more in-depth guides that I need to do, where sometimes it's hard to put everything in the video. Like sometimes it requires a lot more content than just that. So that's kind of what I'm looking into with it, is trying to post more in-depth guides, more news stuff there. So really follows game deals and stuff like that. I have a big knowledge of that kind of stuff, as well as I also have a lot of knowledge about kind of the marketing side of games, having some background in that as well. So I'm not going to be just. The site's not trying to. I'm not trying to just throw up or could be interesting based on my perspectives. I'll kind of throw up there as like a longer form piece, and I've been wanting to do this for quite a while. Is to start to use that site for that purpose. Is to post up these longer form articles about the kind of stuff that I can write more in depth about. Specifically, like even as an example, would be stuff on trophies and achievements, and like really involved in that community on, and really enjoy that kind of stuff. So that's the kind of articles I'd be posting there, as well as kind of more game deal related stuff, and also acquiring equipment at a reasonable cost. So that's the kind of articles that I'll be posting up there. And also the site is by no means anywhere close to being done right now. I just have a very basic theme on the site. I was kind of messing around with it, and I couldn't even figure out how to turn on my byline for it. A byline of the author of the post, and I kind of gave up on it, and I was waiting too long to start streaming this tonight, so I wanted to go ahead and start streaming this. I wanted to start this about an hour ago at least, and it was just getting too bogged down with other stuff, so I wanted to go ahead and get on here and start doing this. So that's what's up with the site stuff. It's still something work in the progress, definitely. I also plan to post like strategy guides and stuff like that on, like, as kind of a companion to the kind of articles that I'm writing here, or not, our videos I'm producing on this YouTube channel. As an example of something that would be on there, something like when I was doing the guides for Lego Marvel's Avengers, sometimes it can be helpful to see like a big list of where everything is, instead of just like looking at individual videos. Like I wanted to make a post for like all the red brick locations. I posted those videos to the channel, but if you wanted to go to one spot where they all are, where you can find them all linked on one page, something like that would be something that I'd post up there. So the kind of content I'll be posting on the site is going to be some mixture of news that have some kind of unique perspective on, guides that I'm kind of covering in the channel, and probably some shopping and various advice for deals and stuff like that. So it's not going to be an all-encompassing news site. Like, I don't have the time to be able to do that. There's so many sites out there that do that, so it's more kind of be doing feature articles and stuff on there. And also, I'm a bad writer. I'm not a good writer, so I don't expect to do any reviews or anything like that. And I tend to try to write very quick pieces. I don't try to have a word count or anything like that. And since I have some background in marketing, like one of the things they always say in marketing is that you should be writing at as low as of a education level as possible, so that as many people can understand your words as possible. And that's kind of what I do in my normal writing, is that I try to make my writing as simple as possible. And even my speaking, I try to speak in terms that are as simple as possible. I don't like try to use big words or anything like that. I want to be well understood. And I actually saw a criticism like on Reddit and places of Donald Trump recently, that his speaking style was equal to that of like I don't remember, it's like 5th grade level or something like that. But that's by design, because like from what that's what they teach you in marketing, is that you need to write your messaging so that anyone can understand what you're saying. And that's I found it kind of funny that people on Reddit were kind of making fun of him for that way of talking, when it's absolutely he's talking and defending him. And I don't really want to get into politics stuff that much, but I just found that kind of funny, hearing people kind of slamming for him for that. That was actually a news story, when he's clearly talking that way to get over with as many people as possible. All right. Let's see, what championship was I working on here? We'll go with this one, I guess. I hope this stream is coming through correctly. It seems to be on my end. Had some issues with it. I'm kind of checking out to make sure everything is going correctly with it, and it seems to be going okay. But kind of new to streaming on YouTube, so it might have a few issues that I'll still have to work out here. I'm still trying to figure out the right balance between the microphone volume and the game volume, where I know right now specifically the game volume is very, very low, which is kind of intended, especially for a game like this, because especially for this game, you don't really need to hear much of the game. But I'm trying to find the balance between everything for making sure everything is correct. Let me just quickly check on the stream to make sure everything's going okay, though. It is buffering a little bit for me because of my connection, or because I'm like streaming at a high bit rate right now. But it does seem to be working fine. Yep. All right. So I am probably only going to go for about an hour tonight with this, but I want to kind of just hop on and just casually play a little bit, because it's kind of relaxing for me to just do this. And I'd like to try to get on more often and try to stream these games and just casually play them and talk and do stuff. So for other games, The Division, I'm still way behind on that. I think I hit level 17 last night, which anyone playing that game seriously probably is at the level cap already. So I feel way behind on that. I'm still trying to make a few guides for that game where I see fit, but yeah, it doesn't seem to be that necessary since it's pretty far out from when the game launched at this point. And then on some other stuff, Trackmania Turbo. I don't think I'll be buying the game, but I did receive some like word that I'll be getting it from GameFly, so I probably will check out that game on Wednesday or Thursday when it arrives from GameFly. I don't think I'll be purchasing it, so I won't have access to it tomorrow. That could change though. I'll have to kind of look at people's videos on it to see if it's something I'd really like. I didn't have a chance to play the beta. There was an open beta for it. There was also a closed beta, but I didn't manage to get any time to try out either of those. So, fortunately, I'm not quite sure what I'll be doing with that game yet. So also there's a sale that was advertised for the Xbox One, the spring sale, and kind of by reading hints of what was going to be sold, I didn't think it was going to be that great of a sale. There's a few games on there that are at reasonable prices, but most of them have been cheaper, physically available. Cheaper. Like most of them are like AAA games for something like $30 to $40 each, and many of them have been cheaper than that, the physical disc version of them. So I probably won't be picking up anything in that sale, but if you do like digital games, there are some cheap games for sale on the Xbox in their spring sale. I just briefly looked at it, and also the type of games I tend to buy is ones that have that are indie games that are only available digitally, because I tend to prefer to buy games physically if possible. And the only reason for that, while I do prefer kind of the convenience of a digital release and that you can just boot it up immediately, you lose out on a lot of the kind of resale value of the game by not buying it physically. So you have the option when you buy a physical copy of the game to play it, complete it, and then resell it on a place like eBay or Amazon. And I'm a really kind of price conscious consumer when it comes to games. So many times I'll pick up a game for $60, and many times it's on discount from like Amazon Prime or Best Buy for $48, and then play it for a couple weeks, complete it, and then resell it on eBay or Amazon for something in the range of about $45 after fees and shipping and such. So technically, you can, if you use that method, you can play some of these AAA games for very cheap. And it's kind of hard to compete with that method of doing it digitally. So it usually requires a really good deal on a game for me to pick it up digitally if there's a physical copy of it. That's kind of why I was a little bit happy that No Man's Sky was getting a physical release, and why I was willing to accept the $60 price tag more than like a $40 digital price tag, because I know that if I'm not like super blown away by the game, then I can always resell it and get most of the money back that I would have bought for it. And of course, there's a whole another issue with that about used game sales hurting publishers and such. But what I've always said about that is that publishers cannot like cannot claim if publishers want to get the benefit of the marketing of showing up in like Walmart's aisles, then they need to accept the fact that their game can be traded in and resold and bought and resold because they're selling a physical item. So, I mean, they could go all digital and in this, but at this point in America, at least, a lot of sales are driven by some of these retailers because not everyone's kind of stuff right now. So if you want, you kind of have to make some trade-offs if you want to release some. And that was, of course, one of the big reasons that Microsoft had so many issues getting started is they never really got over the stigma of their used game issue, where of course they were trying to make it so all games required an activation code to play, so that you wouldn't be able to resell a used game because it would have an activation code, like basically a digital code for it in the box. So there would be no way for sell. Consumers were really pissed off about that and rejected that, and that hurt Microsoft so much in selling the console, and I think that's one of the reasons why they are still so far behind now, is because they had such a bad console launch. I know that for me personally, that offended me so much that I thought that Microsoft had lost complete touch at that point, and I actually kind of switched to switch systems to a PS3 from the 360 right when that happened, and kind of started working on trophies. And one moment, I need to make sure the stream's not going crazy right now, since it's looking a little bit weird on my screen. So let me pause this and make sure that the stream is actually working correctly. Alright, I'm watching now just to make sure everything's going okay. I have had some issues with my capture card in the last few days where it'll act a little bit crazy, and I actually lost some recordings that I didn't want to lose, where it wasn't recording properly. For instance, well, normally my capture card is quite good. I'd say I probably lose less than 5% of all recordings that I do. And I just, there's some stuff with it. I've noticed some bugs with it where it will sometimes glitch out, especially if it has a lot of stuff buffered into it. Like if I've had it going for a while where it was not recording anything, and then just start recording with it without kind of clearing out the buffer, sometimes it will like error out, and that's what happened with the playthrough that glitched out on me, which was Layers of Fear, where I had started recording it and didn't realize that there was an issue with the recording until about halfway through, and at that point it was a little bit too late. And that's why I haven't finished uploading the Layers of Fear playthrough to my channel. We'll probably go back to that at some point though, so I might actually finish that at some point. I did complete that game, so I can kind of talk about it actually. First of all, that game had a lot of kind of YouTube press on it. Like, I noticed when I was looking into it, I noticed a lot of YouTubers were covering that game. And apparently it was kind of made as like a YouTuber bait game. Like a game that YouTubers played, and because it was like a scary game and that kind of stuff, that they expected like bigger YouTubers, Let's Players to play the game. And yeah, I did horrible in that race. Anyway, I thought the game was okay. I thought it was pretty fun. I liked it, the fact that it was similar to PT. The way it ended, I'm not quite sure if I liked the ending that much. But I thought that it gives you kind of that feeling of playing PT where you're kind of not sure what's going on. There's no like insane jump scares. Like, there's one jump scare in PT in particular that happens that I always like, is like a crazy jump scare where something just pops out at you right away. And the most scared I've been in a video game is that. And I always, if I'm watching someone play it, I'm always like worried when getting nervous when that jump scare is coming up. But there's nothing like that really in this game. There are some jump scares in it, but nothing like really crazy like that. But I thought the game was fairly good. This is Layers of Fear. And not sure. I'd probably maybe recommend checking it out if you liked horror games, but I didn't have like a super great opinion of it. I thought it was okay. It's a quick achievement game, though. I think most people were... I haven't completed all the achievements in it, but I think most people were completing the achievements in something like, I don't know, like 5 to 8 hours or something like that on true achievements. Something in that range. You can actually complete the game, like the main story in the game, if you don't care about trophies or achievements or anything like that. I think probably in about 2.5 hours, something around there. It's a quick game. Just the time-consuming part is to get all the collectibles and all the endings and all that kind of stuff, which I haven't done yet. I was planning to maybe re-record some sections of the game while going for those achievements. And also, I should point out that for that game, I did receive a review copy of it, or a press copy, whatever you want to call it. Normally, I don't request those. Just more recently, I've been starting to kind of make those PR connections to request games for a review. That game I probably would not have done anything with if I didn't receive a copy of it. So I don't know. Going forward, I'm not sure how many other copies I'll request of games. I don't have tons of press contacts yet, since it's still a very small channel on YouTube. So I know that there are a lot of small channels out there that do request press copies of games, but we'll see.
Nice driving, mate.
I'm just kind of going a little bit slow with it, with that kind of stuff. Since obviously my channel has a fairly small number of subscribers. It actually has quite a large number of views, very small number of subscribers. We're about to hit 2 million views on the channel. And most of that's because the type of stuff that I put out on the channel are guides and stuff like that, where there's really no reason for most people to come back to your channel once they like the optimal experience is someone like searches Google for a solution to a puzzle in a game or a walkthrough or something like that, and gets a good video on it, and then there's no reason for them to come back to the channel because the stuff in the channel might be non-relevant to what they were looking for, because they're just looking for a solution to a guide. So that's why channels that do a lot of guides and stuff like this one does tends to have like a lower subscriber to view count or a higher view count to subscriber ratio. Where vlogging channels, sometimes you can see, if you look at their channel stats, you might even see as little as like for every 10 views on the channel, they might have 1 subscriber for people just getting started in vlogging. Normally it's something more like 100 views for 1 subscriber. For this channel, it's something around about 1,800, 1,900 views for 1 subscriber, which is extremely high. Just because there's not really that much of a reason to subscribe to a channel if you just like stop by and pick up a guide or something like that. So that's why kind of guide channels, you won't see like as many subscribers to them compared to like a vlogging channel or something like that. So another thing about the site, I was kind of working on it, trying to figure out how to set stuff up on it. I made a few changes to the site's content management system, basically WordPress, which is manage the blog on it, and add some ads to it, integrated AdSense, which is Google's ad program, onto there. So I'm not sure. I'm going to try to figure out what the best of that is on the site. Like, I don't want something super intrusive on there, but also I want to kind of test to see what does work out for it, whether it's kind of viable to start posting content to the site. So, as always, like, I don't want deceptive ads on there or anything like that, but AdSense, which is Google's ad platform, tends to manage their ads pretty well, where they don't let through like adware or anything like that, or like any kind of malware ads. So the type of ads that I want to place on the site, if we do start posting more articles there, would be just more, pretty like safe ads that aren't very intrusive or anything like that. And I'm trying to make sure that the ads that are on there right now aren't very intrusive. I'm also going to be kind of testing out a little bit some affiliate program links on there as well. I might actually try that a little bit on the YouTube channel for some stuff, because the idea of that is that, well, to give kind of background on it, like Amazon has, it's called an affiliate program, which is when you, if you click on a link of an affiliate partner of Amazon, and then buy something through that link, the person who or the organization or channel or site, whatever, referred you receives a small percentage of the sale that you generate as like a commission for it. It's not doesn't increase the price of your sale or anything like that. It's just a small like advertising fee paid by Amazon to the site that referred the customer to there. And some sites and channels do use that as a means to kind of support the channel and raise funds and stuff like that. Obviously, there's some issue with that because you are getting a small cut of something of a game that you might be talking about critically. I don't tend to do that much on this channel, talk about games critically or recommend them or anything like that. So I don't have as much of a problem with kind of doing that. But I might start doing some of that stuff on the site, kind of linking out to deals on Amazon or Best Buy or sites like that. Just because I follow deals quite a bit, and I tend to find quite a few that I like to pass on to people as well. And I thought it might be a good idea to kind of start doing that on the site and maybe on Twitter as well. And possibly through the channel, this YouTube channel in some way. The only downside of this is that most of these deals tend to be very country specific. So that most of the stuff that I research are from the US. So for anyone outside of the US, this information is not that relevant at all. So I'm not sure how to balance that. I noticed that on looking at stats on YouTube, something around 40% of people who watch videos in this channel are from the US. I think number 2 is the UK, though. And then all around the place.
Okay, that's it for this road trip. If you're done, let's head back to the festival and we'll start the awards party.
Okay, just check on something real quick there. So one of the things I am hoping to do in the next few days is to make a schedule of what games to play on the channel for either Let's Plays or guides or streaming. And there's quite a few that I'm backlogged on, and I'm not sure what the best order to do it in, but we'll see. I'll try to figure out what is would work best on both as recorded and what would work best for streamed, and kind of go from there and start maybe producing some content for the channel on a schedule, because I would like to start uploading stuff to the channel on a schedule instead of just randomly. I've been hearing so many good things about Stardew Valley on Steam, and I kind of want to check it out, but I'm not sure if that would be the best game for me. I have played Animal Crossing some, but I've never played a Harvest Moon game, which it's kind of similar to both of those games, more so to Harvest Moon. But like from seeing videos of it, it does seem like exactly the type of game I'd be interested in. But I just have so many other games in my backlog, as well as like I usually prefer to play games on console rather than Steam, just because like I can earn more into achievements and trophies than I am Steam achievements. So I generally like, since I have such a huge backlog anyway, I tend to prefer games that have achievements in them or trophies. But we'll see. I might have to look into the game though. But also, like I know it's like so many people are covering it and making videos on it that I don't know if it really be a point to doing it at this point anyway. And it has been out for a couple months now, maybe. I'm not sure exactly how long. But it does seem like a cool game. And Hearthstone stuff for Hearthstone, the new expansion does come out fairly soon. I think I don't remember the exact date. I think it's at the end of April. I definitely I don't think I'll be making or pre-purchasing the packs for that. They have a deal where you can pre-purchase packs for $80, I believe. Pre-purchase 50 packs and you get a card back as well. I have a lot of gold saved up in that game, so I'll probably just purchase 50 packs with gold. But I'm kind of looking forward to that new expansion, and I might make a video on pack opening and that. Though the last pack opening video I made for the Grand Tournament didn't really turn out that well. Mostly because I was doing it on launch day, and there was a huge lag between opening packs. So if you look at that video on the channel, it's just really laggy. And even though I put a lot of time into kind of making a counter for it, and spent a lot of time trying to make it a decent video, but the servers just were not good when I was doing it. I was doing it right when the Grand Tournament launched, and that video has a ton of lag in between opening packs. And everyone was having that issue at that time because their Blizzard servers were getting overloaded. So we'll see. I might do something like intentionally wait an hour or so to let their servers settle down some, and then do like a pack opening video or something like that. We'll see. Or maybe I could do it as a live stream. I don't know. I might do it as a live stream. We'll see. I actually need to set up the capability to live stream to YouTube from my PC, which I haven't done yet. I was planning to, probably the next time that I would do that would be when Diablo 3's season starts. I might do some streaming of that on YouTube, since I will be playing that game when the season starts. It might be worth streaming that. We'll see. I kind of feel like these streams, though, a lot of them are kind of disposable content, where on Twitch, at least, on Twitch, you had the situation where after 14 days, VODs were deleted automatically. Where on YouTube, the the archives of the streams last forever, so they're always available on the channel. And that's one of the things I've been kind of worried about, is that I would overflow the channel with some of these streams that aren't very high quality. That's why at many times at the start of each stream I kind of make it well known that it's a live stream, because I don't want people to search for a game and look for a guide for it, and then it's just someone casually playing it on stream. So I'm having that trouble kind of differentiating what is a archived live stream and what is like a guide or gameplay or something like that, a more edited video. But we'll see. I think that'll work itself out. I always was kind of sad that Twitch had that policy of deleting videos after they were 2 weeks old, or 2 months old if you paid them to do that. And I kind of like the fact that these videos on YouTube will be viewable for years to come and archived in your channel. But this content is kind of meant to be like disposable content. It's not meant to be highly produced or anything like that. I'm just like sitting here rambling and not really thinking that much about talking what's going on. So it's kind of, I don't want it to be, the channel to be kind of flooded with content like that, where it's not very produced or edited or stuff like that. But hopefully people are smart enough to figure out, what is your live stream content and what is your edited stuff and your main videos. And yeah, most YouTubers kind of differentiate themselves by, they'll do their edited videos on YouTube and then have a Twitch where they play games, which is more casual stuff, because YouTube gaming hasn't really took off that much. So they have this kind of wall between their content that is more edited, or like their content, and then their casual stuff is on a completely separate site. But we'll see how it works. I've seen more and more channels kind of do this more with live streaming and stuff like that, and I do hope that kind of users are smart enough to see that this is a live stream content, and just avoid it if they don't want to watch it. And I know that there's some users and enjoy the fact that it is archived on the channel. So I hope, I'm glad that people will be able to view it and into it if they want to. So where on Twitch there was no option to save the video after it was 2 weeks old, unless you physically downloaded it. However, of course, these videos on my channel, these live stream archives, tend to be the least viewed videos on my channel, which is fine. But the number of minutes watched on them tend to be fairly high, because not many people search them out, but the people who do watch them kind of are clicking on them for a reason for most of them. So they'll either watch them for maybe 30 seconds and realize it's not for them, or watch the entire thing. So even though the archives of these videos might get 10 or 20 views or something like that, that's perfectly fine, because they're the people who really do want to watch them and watch them later do kind of watch the whole thing, which is cool. And I guess I can kind of talk about that, views and such for the channel. Um, Generally, when I put up videos on the channel and guides and such, it's something where I had some issue figuring out how to do something in the game, or I'm like committed to doing like a walkthrough for a game. Like I want to try to do a walkthrough for it. And a lot of these videos, I'll get a small number of views. Like you might see like the latest video on my channel might, like the latest video published on the channel might only have like 10 or 20 views right now. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. A lot of times what happens with stuff on my channel is that it gets views over time, where like many times I'll see like these guides might only get viewed 10 times per day, but they're getting 10 views every day basically. So they're like helping, like people are searching Google, finding solutions and such, and viewing it consistently, where for many other like YouTubers, like they get all their views when a video is posted right away, and then none going forward. So that's kind of the situation. That's why a lot of the videos on my channel, when I post them, they only have maybe 10 views or a very small number of views right away, but over time they tend to get a lot more views as people are searching for them and kind of get indexed in Google and all that kind of stuff. So I don't mind particularly when a video gets a very small number of views, because a lot of times I didn't put tons and tons of time into it. Many times, sometimes I do, but many times it's kind of just my gameplay, and I'm putting it up in case someone else wants to see it. Like if they're having the same issue that I'm having, if there's a guide or something like that, it could help out people in the future. So many times I'll put up videos knowing that they will only be viewed a couple times per day, but over time, like some of the earliest videos I put up on my channel might have like I think some of the early videos I put up on my channel might have like 1,000 views, because they get like 1 or 2 views per day consistently, which is kind of cool that that happens. That and I like the fact that these guides kind of help like 1 or 2 people out per day. A lot of the stuff I put out, especially early in my channel's history, was stuff that like I might have been playing an older game that not many people are looking for guides or searching for, and I might not many people are looking for it, but like it's now like one of the best guides for the particular thing. So the very small number of people who are looking for it kind of find it and are helped by it, which is really cool. And kind of I always hate when I get stuck in a game, and I mentioned this last night, but with Banjo-Kazooie I was playing that, and that's an older game, and there's not many video guides for it online. There are some Let's Plays and stuff like that, but there's many times where I was getting stuck in that game. I just couldn't figure out what was going on in it, and I just felt really lost because there was no video guides of what was going on, and there really weren't. Some of the stuff I was getting stuck on was the solutions and text weren't that well written or very clear what was going on. I actually came really close to uploading some video guides for Banjo-Kazooie, which that game was just a little bit too old for me to put up on the channel though. And most of the stuff I've been covering, putting up guides for, have been newer games these days. So I decided not to put up some guides for that. But there's one puzzle in particular that was not well spelled out in any guide, and I kind of had to figure it out myself, and I came really close to uploading my video of how I did it to the channel, and I knew that there'd be like maybe just a couple people per day even looking for that solution to that puzzle, um, but I decided I opted not to upload a video of that because I wasn't sure like whether it'd be worth the time or not. And like I always feel like I don't want to annoy subscribers to the channel with videos that aren't really relevant to them. And I've always I try to not kind of create tons of content on the channel, but I know I need to do that. I guess I feel bad sometimes kind of putting up so many videos at once many times, like with Far Cry Primal. I did a guide for almost every mission in that game, and there's probably like 50 or so missions. So I feel bad about kind of spamming feeds of people, but unfortunately that's one of the things you kind of have to do as a small channel to stand out is put out tons of videos. I know that a lot of YouTubers out there sometimes limit the number of videos they put out to like one a day, but for a smaller channel, especially if you're doing guides and stuff like that, that aren't kind of based on like your current subscribers watching all of your guides, you kind of do need to put out a lot of content out there to kind of get noticed and get the views on YouTube.
Nice driving, mate. You're really starting to make a name for yourself.
And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to start doing stuff on the website as well, because it will kind of help organize all these guides that I've been putting up. And for instance, with the Lego Marvel's Avengers, I can have one reference page linked, which has all of the videos for the red bricks and a short, brief description of how to get each one. Where currently it's kind of really disorganized, and I don't like the fact that the channel is really disorganized. I've been trying to organize it a bit more with playlists, but a lot of the channel is just a big clump of videos. Everything just clumped together. These live streams, which very few people are actually interested in, have only like the very like hardcore people who follow me are interested in this kind of stuff would watch this. Then you have just guides, and then you have kind of the gameplay videos, the walkthroughs, playthroughs, all that kind of stuff, just all jumbled together. I've been trying to organize it a bit better with playlists and stuff like that. And the whole reason I do all this stuff with this channel, the website, and last year with the Twitch streaming is because I do, especially with this channel, is that back in the day, long time ago, I did like run a game website, and I enjoyed doing that as a hobby, kind of making these videos. Well, not making videos, but I'd put up guides, make guides for games, make utilities to help people in games, post up information for games, all that kind of stuff. And I wanted to do that kind of stuff again, and because I enjoyed helping people and kind of legitimately enjoyed like knowing that the kind of stuff I was putting out there was helpful to someone. And you don't get that feeling as much from other kinds of work stuff that you do. So as a hobby, like I really enjoy making guides and videos and stuff like this. Well, not this stream so much, but this is kind of more for fun, but making guides that help people, I enjoy doing. And that's why I kind of continue to do stuff on the channel and working on that. So a lot of the stuff I do on it is kind of in my free time that I enjoy doing, and it's fairly fun to me to do that kind of stuff, and it's kind of more fulfilling than just doing some other stuff that I could do online for work kind of stuff in my free time as well. I always felt bad that I kind of had to stop doing stuff with game content sites back in the day, and that was just because I didn't have as much time anymore to do so, um, and with work and stuff like that, and also like personal life and all that kind of stuff. So when I had a little bit more time to kind of work on this kind of stuff and put up these videos and work on it, I really enjoy that kind of stuff and was happy to get back into it. And it feels really cool. Like I know not many channels out there like have uh, it, and there's quite a few YouTube channels out there. A lot of them kind of struggle. Like I'm fortunate. Like I'm still a small channel, but like I've helped like a lot of people. Like close to 2 million views on the videos on the channel, which is really cool. And I'm really happy with like kind of the feedback I get from time to time from people, like thanking me for them. Even though a lot of people don't really know who you are or anything like that, which is fine. I've always been trying to be more anonymous though. Uh, maybe we'll start to be less so that way, which is kind of why I'm starting to stream a little bit more. Maybe be a little bit more active on the like posting stuff on the website, on Twitter, all that kind of stuff soon as well too. That's kind of why I started on Twitch last year, was try to connect more with people and practice this kind of stuff, commentary, talking, all that kind of stuff. And I don't think I'm totally done with Twitch, by the way. I might do something a little bit different there at some point, but I'm from time to time I might fire up Twitch from occasionally, maybe once every couple of weeks, do something on Twitch as well. We'll see though. I'd like to do more stuff on YouTube when it comes to streaming nowadays, but obviously if there's an issue with my capture card at some point, that might limit it as well on what I can do on YouTube, because it's actually much easier for me to stream on Twitch right now than it is on YouTube. It's harder to stream on YouTube than it is on Twitch, because like for instance on the Xbox One you can just fire up the Twitch app and then you're streaming right on your Twitch channel right away. On the PS4 you can YouTube. However, on the Xbox One, they only support Twitch streaming. Alright, after this race, I'm probably going to have to stop for the night. It's been about an hour I've done this. Usually I'd like to go a little bit longer, but I knew I can't. I kind of got delayed a little bit at the start here tonight. I wanted to try, just as a test, to write that story for the site, just because it happened right before I started the stream, and it was happening right then, and I wanted to just throw up a story on the site to see how it would do. Like, just something that was current and happening, and that is of course the Steam key situation with that game that I can't even remember the name of right now. But I talked about it at the start of the stream. And there's a post up on the website right now. I just wanted to see how that, kind of as a test, to see how that post would do, to see how it would look, to see if it would, how it would get picked up in Google, because I knew it was happening right now, and I wanted to kind of throw it up right now to see how long it would take to get indexed in Google, and see just what would happen with that. So that is why I kind of delayed starting streaming a little bit tonight to throw out that post. So anyway, I don't know if I'll be streaming tomorrow night. It depends. I want to get on a schedule where I know that, so that anyone who is interested would know that, you know, I'm streaming between these hours. I know, like, not too many people are interested in that kind of thing, but if anyone would want to check it out live or anything like that, I'm going to try to get on a schedule for producing content for the channel. It'll still take me some time to figure that kind of stuff out, though. Sometimes I wanted it to be something that I can actually stick to, so I need to make sure that it is something that I can actually stick to. But I always appreciate anyone who watches this either live or watches the archived version of it, which is available on the channel.
Excellent driving.
If you made it to the end of this video, thank you. Obviously. I really appreciate that. This video hopefully will be available on the channel. The full archive of it. Usually what happens is about 20 minutes after the stream is done, sometimes shorter depending on the length of the stream, the archived version of it does become available on the channel. So that is how that does work, is that a few minutes after I finish streaming, the archive goes up on the YouTube channel. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon. Maybe not tomorrow, but we'll see. Anyway, good night.